Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another much anticipated, much awaited Tinter Battles live stream podcast. And today, the Texas Squeegee, the glass and films like a Tinter Breeding Hell Raising Trailblazing is not only doing it by myself, but I'm also joined by my guest here. How about now? Just what we needed, man. How's the sound now? Sound? No, nothing? Uh-oh.
Yep, they hear us perfect. We're good.
Okay.
I think.
Now I'm wondering if that's because of my mic on this side, and if I can't have this one. Start again. I can hear you. Perfect. Looks like we got sound. Man, I'm telling you, we're getting all kinds of interferences today. It seems like there's a certain group that does not want us to release dates for this thing.
Let's do it. We don't need anything else.
All right, it seems like we've got screens, but you'd have, two screens though. Yep, that's probably going to be it. But see, if I cut him off, then I'm just left by myself.
And I might mess with the mics.
Yeah, that's the thing. So if we take this off, let's try it out. Just keep this one on. It's okay. All right. Well, looks like we're just going to run with two cameras. One on me, one on you. Just keep this one on. It's okay. All right. Well, perfect. All right. Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, introducing none other than a person that needs no introduction himself is one of the co-commentators of the Tinter Battles platforms. He is also David COOLVU Karle. So, clap, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm double checking the mics. Sorry.
No, we've already figured that out. You can't have two. You can't take off the camera on me and have the sound on. That's where all the sound's going to. So, what the hell was that for? He's like he took that hat off like he's about to like Ash Ketchum. Like he's about to.
I'm just showing my flair.
Right. All right. We're getting a couple people in here so far in the chat. Marco, how's your day?
It's good.
Yeah.
I got a fresh haircut just for this, and I'm ready to rock and roll, Coach.
And you got your tint brush as well.
Definitely. My multi-use tint brush / beard brush.
Yeah. David, are you in an arcade game or what's going on over there?
Yeah. You want to play one? Oh, you can hear it, can't you?
I see you've got Tinter Battles playing on the back right there.
It's always playing on the background. Anytime customers come in the store, this is what they see. They watch Tinter Battles.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple of. We've got a. Oh, there you go. It's the kegs. Yeah, I've got the cups right back there.
Gotham City says that the mics are good and the audio's crispy. So
who's Gotham City?
I just made it up on the fly.
Yeah. Well, we've got a couple of people in here. Let's just Colin saying Ace of Shades. That's yeah. She's killing it. She's crushing it on social media and the business as well, which is a pretty rare combination. There are some people do really good on the social media, but not the business, and others do good on the business, not on social media.
She's
But
crushing it with auto and flat glass too.
yeah.
So good for her. Good job.
Well, her style is a little bit different because she seems like she's doing more of a vlog style along her business journey.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Gary Vee was one of the ones that said, like, document your journey because that's really valuable,
Right.
you know, in the future.
Yeah,
So she's crushing it on that one.
Great example of execution.
Yeah. Sean G's in the house.
Oh,
Sean G, man, I like saying it. I love saying his name in the competitions because I hit him with a tit man.
Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Trending himself.
Mr. Tiny.
Tiny? No.
He's got a big dump truck. He calls it Tiny.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
He's all the hoochie room too, right?
Asking for a friend.
Next question, Your Honor.
Oh, you got a story with that one. Marco pleads the fifth here. Mother Marion's in the house as well. She said you spoke too soon. I'm not sure what she meant by that. Louis from Film Pros Nation is here. Donnie Martinez, Fernando Saints.
Ooh,
One of the
himself.
Man, Fernando Saints, probably the breakout competitor in the last 3 years. His first competition being Tinter Battles 2023 in Amelia Island, got his first taste of battle, and it seemed like he was just like, give me some more.
He got his beak wet, man. He definitely executed on that super stretch and he crushed it, man.
But like serious question though, and this was for you too, David, Karle. Name one competitor in the last 3 years that has had more of a dominating career path than Fernando Saints.
No one.
No, he sets the standard for what it looks like to compete in this industry. I
He
mean,
goes
he
through
takes
every single one of them.
everything he wants to, and he doesn't. He wants to execute that in his own life. And I bet you anything, he challenges himself at his shop when he's doing things to try to be faster or better too. That's something you can't teach. He just has that. It's built into him, and that's what he brings to the table.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see him and his team compete because I was competing as well. But from the feedback that you guys saw, like they were working like synchronized swimmers. It was dang. I'm not gonna miss it next year.
You're talking about WFR?
Yeah.
Yeah, David Karle and I saw that. You remember their strategy, David?
It was awesome, actually. They had a spotter. I don't know how to explain it, but they used a spotter. Two people were just workhorses, and then one person was coming behind them if they missed anything, so they could just focus. And then she would call it if they needed to redo something, and they would just step back and redo it. I don't know if they had to redo anything, but it was a brilliant strategy.
They had 3 people. They were the only team that had 2 installers. And Donnie, the coach, was more of like the prepper, before and after. So she was the one that was prepping, but she was also QC. And they were the only teams that were set up that way with 2 full-time installers and the prepper. And they were the first ones that finished out of everybody. And they finished first place, I think, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't recall.
Pretty sure they did. I don't know if anybody's watching in the comments, like, let me know. But I'm pretty sure they finished first. Right, Karle?
Yeah, he brought it home. They brought it
That'd
home.
be an interesting battle. Those that team versus team Audubon.
Mike Powell, Kyle Whalen.
Yeah.
That all right. Well, you said it first.
Let's see it, Coach.
Well, that's not the only teams, but
Okay.
I mean, we have Elio Albello here in the house. He's saying, I'm seeing 2 Marcos or 2 Carlos. Oh my God. Eric Pendleton.
I have a better beard.
Rewired. Sean G. Brenda Canales is also here. She's from Bella Vida events coordinator. She recently launched her own competition. Cash Caduce, 6 p.m. and 24 watching. All right. 27 and growing. Okay. Well, man, I miss you guys. Mike Powell says he misses us. Speaking of which, again, Tinter Battles Automotive Champion. They're going on 3 years without defending. I think it's 3 years too long.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So what are we gonna?
I don't know, man.
What are we gonna do?
I think they have to put the belt on the line.
Sounds great.
I would
love to see those guys.
Karle,
compete.
they've been going on 3 years, bro.
Yeah,
You can develop a lot of rust in 3 years, or you can develop a lot of skill. We don't know. They haven't been tested as a team.
Yeah, they might get humbled. They might be kind of like arrogant. They might be stuck in their own way.
Right.
So, dang, shots fired by Peter.
I don't know. Mike Powell, every time I talk to him, he's cool, calm, collect. I think he's still installing every day. I think. I'm not sure. Like a lot of their careers have sort of evolved from their.
Yeah, but he's a badass. Once a badass, always a badass. You just
think so?
Riding 100%. It's like riding a bike.
I don't know. I mean, look at your career.
Oh.
You won Heat Shrink Battles in 2022, right? You defeated
Shots
Montana.
fired.
And we have the video of that round, actually, that we're going to watch here momentarily.
I enjoyed mopping the floor.
But before I was interrupted, like I was saying, your career, when you were installing every day, you were at the peak. You were at the prime. You defeated Montana Heat Shrink Battles 2022, Orlando, Florida. And then after that, you come back in Amelia Island, and you couldn't do the job again. No. It was a no contest. And then after that, you took a nice little cozy job, basically AKA a retirement job as a rep, tucked away in a nice little cubicle.
Are you calling me a Walmart greeter?
I mean, yeah, basically, and a Tinter version of a Walmart greeter. But I'm just saying, you have been removed from competition, and based on your performances in the last couple of competitions, like it shows you haven't tinted every single day. And the record reflects it. So Mike Powell and Karle Whalen, I'm not sure. I think Mike Powell still installs every single day. I'm not exactly sure.
I'm not sure either.
I know Mike Powell installs every single day.
Tomorrow, though. I'm gonna shut your loud mouth up.
Karle, what do you think? You think Mike Powell and Karle Whalen still have the magic that they had in 2023 Amelia Island Tinter Battles?
I mean, the truth is like Marco said, once you're a badass, you're always a badass. I know that the time limit will help them. I know Mike's still installing every day, and I know that Kyle's doing a lot of security film, which requires a different level of concentration. I don't think they'll lose anything. I think you'll have to knock them off that mountain. That's my opinion. I still think that they're the champions right now, right? So like we still have to respect that.
Yeah, well, Kyle Whalen since then has acquired Soak Shield 2.0, and he's taken on the flag of the original Soak Shield and taken it to new heights. So, what are you laughing for? Right. Anyways, so Mike Powell there. But anyways, a couple of things here. So now that we got some people in the house here, there's a ton of questions about the controversial news that was dropped last week by a certain platform, and obviously, Tinter Battles is not canceled. It is moving and rescheduling. In fact, the program is expanding. Therefore, it's moving into a different location, it's moving into different dates, and those dates will be coming up here momentarily.
Coming soon.
Pretty shortly. Possibly. Maybe.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure. I don't think people really want to know these dates.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
All right. Well,
we got their beaks wet with this podcast. Let's go.
Let me actually present something over here momentarily. David, you haven't not seen the actual promos that we just put together here, so I'm going to refer that to. But anyways, to answer the question, guys, the program needed to expand, so therefore it created certain logistical issues that just was not working out. So we had to move the program over, and we as you guys see, this is like a serious moment with everyone. As you see it, almost every single event that happens in this industry, I go to every single one of them. I try to do the things that I know how to do best in order to be involved and to elevate it, because ultimately, like, what's really important, not only for me personally, but also for like every event that we go to, I always keep the user end in mind. I love the people in this industry. I'm one of the Tinters, not, I'm from the Tinters for the Tinters, right? So anyways. Let's go ahead and get this. Let me get this little situation here going. Share the screen. All right, let's go ahead and let's launch this. Let's launch this thing. Let's do it.
There we go.
There you have it. January 10th and 11th, Houston, Texas. What is going on?
Somber music.
I don't know. What happened?
There's nothing sad. Is the Undertaker coming out? I don't know.
I mean, after that promo, it probably might have to be an Undertaker for a few. I don't know. But, Anyways, that's the big surprise, and it's not a surprise to many people, but we're bringing it back to Houston. And the reason why we needed to bring it back to Houston is because Houston was the birthplace of the original Tinter Battles that set the industry on a wildfire movement, I would say. Tinter Battles 2021 established a lot of things that were new at that time. Like there was no such thing as teams competitions before that event. And then you saw it everywhere else, which is okay. You know, it's okay because it needed to evolve that way.
And
but
we started the kids training with me and Dane Gregory. That was awesome. That was a special moment for sure.
Yeah, Dane Gregory, what's the term of endearment? The great Dane Gregory from Ceramic Pro. Yeah, you and him partnered up for that one, and I didn't know at the time, but you guys had history as trainers before you went to that original Tinter Battle.
I met him in Southern California 2015-ish, and we stayed connected ever since. So,
right,
he's a great trainer. He's a phenomenal human being.
So, in 2021, there was this, almost like this coming together of a lot of people, the right time, the right place, people like Dean Mitchell and some of the WFR people at that time as well. We all came together for Donnie Dixon, who in that time was going through cancer, right?
Difficult time in his life for sure.
Right. And a lot of people got behind him in that way. So that event was kind of a bit of a hybrid. It was before Tinter for a Cause was started, but this was after Dean Mitchell had already done something with Lark Little and John Little. And for those that don't know, thoughts and prayers out to John Little. I hope he makes a full speedy recovery. John Little's one of our esteemed industry members. He's an OG of this industry. He's had so many years of experience, and obviously he's one of the people that has laid the foundation and groundwork for many of us younger generations to come in and take on that torch. So John, if you ever watch this or if somehow this message gets to you, hope for a speedy recovery and hope to see you soon.
John, we're praying for you.
Absolutely. He seemed like he called me every 2 weeks. He's a great guy, great person in the industry. Definitely same thing, prayers and speedy recovery.
He's a Texas native. I think he's a Texas native. I know he's in Texas for sure.
I think he's outside of DFW.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that was so Dean Mitchell was involved with the original Tinter Battles when, I felt like he was the one that was usually carrying the torch for what eventually became known as Tinters for a Cause. Mm-hmm. He was always involved in like charity style events. And so it was a very special moment. It launched something. It was different. I felt like that event in 2021, there'll never be another one like it because of all the characters and storylines going into it. Like it's one of those things you can only do one time. Once people know the magic trick, it's the magic trick. But
right.
But because of its historic value of what it's meant to the industry and how it's influenced other events, I felt that the only way to really bring it back and do it justice is to bring it back here to Houston, where it all started, the birthplace of Tinter Battles, in order for us to make a bigger splash than we ever have done before. Because one of the things about this upcoming program is that it's going to have elements of every single Tinter Battles that we've ever done. So like the big one with the first one was establishing their teams competitions, and we had like cartoons, and there was a lot of storyline built into it. And then you remember the Cookie Battles Challenge?
Not really.
Really?
I don't think I was there.
You don't remember, David? You remember the Cookie Battles?
I do. I remember even who won it. It was Billy Ayton that won it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say about Billy too, man. It's a sad situation with Billy. He's definitely missed. I remember when the news hit me, man. Like I was speechless. I'm usually not speechless like that, but I was speechless. And then that evening, there's just something that like internally, like I felt just something, I don't know, like just,
yeah,
like somebody just came and just took something. And I mean, it was just came, I feel like it sort of came out of nowhere. And anyways, I'm definitely miss Billy because he had his quirks about him, but don't we all?
Yeah, I'll be the first one in that line.
We all have our quirks, man. That's what makes you different. But I love that Billy was always embracing like the goofiness and the silliness. He was
always willing to help.
Yeah,
always.
He was so welcome. He's one of, like I've said it before, but he was one of the few OGs that was welcoming of change in our industry. Most, I would say most, but a lot of people wouldn't.
The older mindset, the older OGs, they didn't want to tell you how to do things. They were scared that you were going to take their job. And it's a good thing that all these events are happening and it's embracing a new culture of helping the next generation of installer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his epic moment, like I always told him, like my standout memory with Billy Aiden was Tinter Battles 2023, Amelia Island, when he was in a Tinter Trivia representing Windle Tinters United, and he came out.
Recognize him.
Yeah, I know. I didn't either, but there was only one person that I knew that was going to do that, because there was a meme that came out with the tablet, before it, and it was Billy's face as like Moses with the tablet. So he came and showed up, and yeah, funny moment, I would say, for that one.
Yeah.
But moving from Tinter Battles 21 into 22 was in Orlando, Florida, and Tinter Battles 22, what I felt like was the big takeaway, was a big like groundbreaking sort of accomplishment with that program, was the heat shrink battles. It was the first time that there was a head-to-head elimination style competition. It never existed before in this industry, and at Tinter Battles 2022, that is whenever it really it set it in stone, and it created, in my opinion, the most entertaining, like highly fueled, high octane sports style competition that I think I had ever seen.
Yeah, it was insane. Watching Julian, I think did he go 5-0 with the Wagner?
Yeah. So for those that are not are not familiar with the heat shrink battles too much, is you can choose any type of, like, at that time it was choose a heat gun or a torch, choose any heat gun, any torch, whatever you want. It didn't matter. It was like, it's kind of like the original days of the UFC. There was really like very little rules. All you had to do is just shrink past the dotted line or the edge, and you eliminated your opponent if you did it first. Now, if you creased it or you burned it, you were disqualified. But unbeknownst to a lot of people, Julian Guzman out of California picked up one of those small Wagner heat guns, and he started smoking people left and right. And what was unique about the rules in that particular show in 2022 was that it was kind of like Royal Rumble. Like, if you won the round, you stayed until you won the entire thing or you got knocked out. So what it did is it created like undefeated streaks, and Julian was the first one that had it at 5-0.
Oh, got it. 5-0.
Yeah. And then he got knocked out. And then Montana got in there, and Montana started smoking everybody.
He was on a roll.
He was. He got up to 5-0.
7-0 or 6?
No, he went up 6-0 until I'm gonna bring up here a competition until Montana went up against Marco, the film trainer. He was on a hot streak, and then Marco entered the chat, and it was Montana versus Marco. This is what the battle looked like. So let me share it for everybody right here. Let's go ahead and let's stream this.
That we have a secret surprise. So we only have one more.
So this is 2022 Tinter Battles.
I didn't even do any rough cuts on the side. I was just trying to heat shrink it as fast as possible.
So what was different right here was that Montana was using a Steinel heat gun in every other round. But when he came up against you and you grabbed the torch, he went and he got like what's like a backpack torch.
I think he gave him like 2 minutes to go grab the torch, and he came in with that little backpack torch thing.
Yeah, I would say he switched up his.
He should have stuck with the Steinel. He probably would have beaten.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there it is. That's what, going on 3 years now.
Yep. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, 2022, this was before it was called the Wiz Castle, but that's, Dane Gregory there refereeing. Obviously, you're going to have Montana right there on the right side, Marco on the left side, both of them using the torch. See, you're using the excess film, and that's what I think got you a little bit ahead than Montana did.
Yeah, I didn't worry about the bottom because I just had to shrink past the line, so I was trying to maximize my efficiency and time.
Dude, I'd still say I've never seen a heat gun with a torch on a backpack like that, even still since this day.
Well, look how things have evolved.
Wow.
Fernando uses one, and that thing's just insane.
Yeah, there we go. And that was the battle. That was the round that defeated the streak, the 6-0 streak, and then you pretty much stopped them in its tracks there. A sportsmanship there from Marco, the film trainer, Cazorla.
Giving him a cave.
Oh man, that was good.
That was fun.
Yeah,
we got to run that back again, Montana.
Well, so what happened in 2023? You guys had a rematch for that.
Yeah.
Here we go. What are we doing? Uh-oh. David, Karle, that was days between.
Nice. Understand.
Oh man, that's a reference only me and him are gonna get.
Grateful Dead.
Okay, so you know Grateful Dead?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm a lot older than you, son.
Oh, Montana. See,
What do you
Montana's
say?
in the
Oh.
chat.
Oh, let's go. What do you say?
Can we get a mic for Marco? Cash, can you hear him? Because we're testing out a new setup here, and
Oh, no, they can't hear me?
I'm not sure.
I can hear you.
You can, but can you hear him fine? Like the same quality as me?
I hope.
A little bit quieter. He probably just needs to get up on it a little bit closer.
It's literally touching my lips. Is that better?
I think so, yeah.
All right, I'll stay like this and I will not move.
Good, don't move.
Well,
Hold
all right.
that for-
All right, so what did Montana say? I'm interested in that.
Yeah. Montana, he's just coming in here to say hi. So don't worry. I know I can tell you're getting a little bit nervous.
No, nobody's nervous.
You're definitely getting look,
I'm sweating. I run at 98 octane. Give me a break.
Montana, if you're listening to this, I will hear it live in front of everybody. I will volunteer myself to be your manager so that we can take down Marco, the film trainer Cazorla. I'll do all the smack talking for you.
I welcome any challenges.
I don't know. You couldn't beat him in 2023.
Nah.
And you ran away in 2024. Don't say that you didn't, because you absolutely did.
20. What was 24?
Wiz Castle.
Oh yeah.
Supposed to be the trilogy, the battle that ended the trilogy, Marco versus Montana, and
It didn't happen.
it didn't happen.
I was locked and loaded, ready, coach.
I
know
don't.
what happened.
I think it was meant to be, man. I think it's meant to happen back in Houston where it all started.
Perfect.
Marco
Yeah.
versus Montana.
I love it.
Like, I know you said yes, Montana. If you're game for this, I will 100% guarantee this matchup at the Heat Shrink Battles. Like, this is going to be one of the brackets.
Dana White over here.
100%.
All right.
Well, it's a match that it's a match the fans want to see. I want to see this myself too. It's this battle started in 2022. 4 years later, it still hasn't ended. It's 4 years in the making. Montana versus Marco, Heat Shrink Battles, the trilogy at Tinter Battles 2026.
I'll be there.
All right.
I just know that inside of the convention center, there's going to be a rule in place, right? Like, that's going to kind of handicap you, Marco. It
doesn't matter. Torture heat gun. I'm good.
Well, there's no torches on this one. It has to be heat gun. There's
That's fun.
too much carpet. So
Bring him.
Oh,
I have a Stein out with me.
I don't know. You originally defeated Montana in a torch.
That's fun.
Now you're not going to have that.
It's okay.
I don't think it is.
We'll see.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so, man. Like, you guys can't see his feet right there, but they're shaking. They're
My
quite.
feet are not shaking.
They're shaking like a wet dog.
Oh man.
All right, so Montana versus Marco, the
Did
film
he
trainer
agree?
Cazorla. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he said it will be an honor. I love the challenge. So that's it. Match is made. Montana versus Marco. Montana, I'll get with you afterwards because given the fact that my ex-client right here, Marco, the film trainer Cazorla, is right here
You're
standing.
going full hero.
Definitely.
Mouth of the South. Going
No, that's it. That's it. I gotta move on to a different talent here.
I understand.
So I can't wait till me and my client, Montana the Tint Craftsman, put an end to that little career you called Tinter.
Oh, all right. Business is business, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. So now, speaking of matches, there was another. We fast forward into 2023. Now, this was still regarded as one of the greatest window film events ever hosted. Amelia Island Tinter Battles 2023.
Hands down, the best.
Jam-packed. It was sold out. Jam-packed, capacity crowd.
Juice to the gills.
Yeah. There was a couple of things that happened new there that was different. The gap challenge was one of them. It was a hand cutting competition, and then we also
L.U. Alabella won that one.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yep.
he actually did. I remember that. Yeah, L.U. Albella had won that one. There was a Tinter trivia as well that was won by Tintwiz Community. Let me see. I'm just getting some feedback here for the mics. Okay. So apparently your mic, I guess, is not working.
Great.
That is always great to hear when we're working with new equipment. So we might just have to.
Just unplug it.
What do you mean?
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is what happens, man. Whatever.
We'll just have to do it again.
It's okay. But so what was different with 2023, Heat Shrink Battles came back, returned, And amongst a lot of the competitors, one of the people that was new there was Fernando.
Yeah.
And he dominated. It was his first event, first competition. I would say Tinter Battles takes credit for getting Fernando his junkie addiction to competition.
I think it was Dami that.
Well, he
pushed
brought him
over
in
to
there,
the edge
yeah.
To do competitions for sure.
But then Fernando came.
No,
He walked in through the doors of Amelia Island. His life was completely changed after that. He became a competitor addict. He said he couldn't have enough, so he kept coming back to every single event. But, you know, he had a lot of success in the battle round, and then obviously the heat shrink battles. He got taken out, but Dami Tint Pro, Luis Enriquez actually dominated the competitions, and we have the footage of his final round.
Ooh.
Now, at the time, you know, we were doing heats, and it came down to Luis Enriquez versus Eric Moore of Trick Tint Window Tinting.
Mm-hmm.
When they got to the final round, they battled. Dami defeated Eric, but as with heat shrink battles, the final round is the best 2 out of 3. So when he went back the second time, well, this is what happened. This is the actual battle right here. I'm going to share that screen, and I'm going to go ahead and put that up into the studio. And let's go ahead and
Heat shrink battles. Eric wants to defeat Luis to stay in this battle. In 3, 2, 1, shrink.
So this one right here, this is a final round. Let me put the mic down a little bit. God dog, chef. You still on camera, homie?
I know.
All right, so this is like, look, watch what he does here at the bottom. Like the secret to Dami Timper, whenever we started to have the heat shrink battles here, we have not shared this battle before. This is the first time that we're sharing it, but watch what he does on that bottom corner. So right now he's still prepping. Eric Moore's on the other side, but since he got the winning round, we're streaming this one. There we go. Luis Enriquez there in the comments section.
Yeah, he's pulling those bottom corners.
Yeah,
He's so good, man.
there we go.
Yeah, that was changing for me. Like the confidence to do that. Like it was just amazing to watch. Like I'd like to say that me and Marco found each other around the front the first time we saw him do it, and we just both looked at each other without saying anything, and we were just like, "Wow!" And then we just walked away. It was insane.
So smooth with it too, man.
Yeah, and you see he shrunk already the other half, and now he's coming over to this side and doing the trimmings. Where some people like they start to do the trim. Look at that pull.
Look at that super stretch.
That's what. Yep, that was the secret right there. On the Toyota Camry, he stretched it like vinyl. But it's not really a stretch though, is it? It's more of a, I don't know.
You're shifting all the fingers to the top. I mean, that's
the fingers got to go somewhere. You're just pulling it to the corners. Yeah, it's got that Steinel, baby.
Yeah, that Steinel was
for the win.
That was a Steinel that Montana was using in 2022 when
that was really good.
He went 6-0. That's it. Hands go up. Now, see, again, heat shrink battle rules. He's got to now. Steve Wood, which is a referee at the time, he's coming in to inspect. He's looking for any creases, burn marks, making sure that everything is shrunk past the dotted edge. Gives him the handshake. Luis Enriquez's hands go up, and he wins the official heat shrink battles in 2023. What an epic, historic win, man!
And that video that he posted did like 5 or 10
There,
million.
there we go, Eric Moore. There's always great sportsmanship at Tinter Battles events. Every single one of them always has great sportsmanship within all the competitors.
Look at that smile.
What's up, David? David the Shaver, former Tinter Battles Legends, competed in 2021. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was. Shout out to Matico, the team of Matico there for sponsoring the heat shrink battles of 2023. They were using Matico window film for the competitions. Man, that was quite the
That was fun.
yeah, that was absolutely a lot of fun. But so We now have Tinter Battles in 2022. You were the champion for the Heat Shrink Battles. In 2023, it was Dami. And in 2024, Dami didn't show up. It was Avery that came in and stepped up to the plate.
I think he beat Ignacio.
Ignacio, yeah.
A Nacho Man Salinas.
Which is funny because Ignacio showed up on flip-flops.
Crushed it.
And somehow he got into the finals.
Such a savage, that kid.
Yeah.
So proud of him.
Yeah. That was probably the best 2 out of 3, I think, in all Heat Shrink Battles because
Yeah, that was intense.
Avery won the first time, Ignacio won the second time.
Yep.
And it came down to that final third round.
Yep.
Avery ended up beating him there. But, you know, when we were posting a couple of things, I don't know who was it, but there was Heat Shrink Battle talk. And
It
then
was Dami.
who called who out?
I think it was Dami.
Dami called out Avery? I think so.
I think
Yeah,
he said
that
all
sounds
the-
about
I
right.
think he said all the Heat Shrink Battle winners.
No way.
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Dami said he's challenging every Heat Shrink Battle winner. No way. No, he didn't.
Pretty sure he did.
Dami, if you're down in the comment sections, we got to settle the score here because I know I think it was him. Yeah, you're right. Avery's a nice guy. He's like a silent killer. Like, you know, he doesn't need to remind you that he can F you up.
True.
But he can. But he doesn't need to remind you of that. Dami, on the other hand, it was a little bit more hype. He missed Tinter Battles in 2024, but he issued a challenge to Avery. So champ versus champ, Heat Shrink Battles in 2026. Oh, we got Chrissy Forbes there from EPD. Shout out to EPD, Mother Marion's daughter, Chrissy Forbes. But so Dami was the one who challenged Avery, champion versus champion of 2023 versus the champion of 2024. Never before seen and never before done at the next Heat Shrink Battles, Tinter Battles competition. What was particularly exciting for me personally is that Dami won in 2023. Avery was present at that event. Dami was not at Tinter Battles 2024. So the question really is did Avery get lucky? Because Dami didn't show up. Or did Dami get lucky by not going there?
There's only one way to settle this.
We're gonna have to make them into a match. So I'm not sure if Avery or I know Dami is in here, but
You make it another match, Dana White? I mean Carlos White?
I'm issuing it here live on the Tinter Battles live stream podcast. I know
Okay.
Dami's in it, but if Avery, if you're watching, I know you said it before, but I gotta have it for confirmation here live in front of the millions upon millions of audiences here around the world. The matchup between Avery and Dami, champion versus champion. Do we have a yes from Avery? I don't know if he's in the live actually.
I mean,
probably
I don't think
rolling
he
up
would
some
turn that down.
Beautiful, delicious cigars.
Yeah,
That's probably what he's doing.
he's probably chilling.
I'd rather be doing that too.
Yeah. Well, look, so far right now with the Tinter Battles 2026 coming up in January, Houston, Texas, we have the Heat Shrink Battles is 1000% coming back. It's going to come back much bigger, better, and louder than ever before. We already have a matchup, Marco versus Montana, the trilogy, the one to end it all. That's going to 100% guaranteed.
Final supper.
And
If Montana wins, do you retire, Marco?
Sure. Retire from competition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm done.
You will retire from competition.
For sure.
So your career's on the line.
That's not my career.
Your Tinter competitor career.
That's huge.
It's
That's
your
huge.
career.
Let's do it.
That's your competition
That's how
career.
confident I am.
Wow. You're that confident.
Yes.
Well, it'll be the pleasure of myself and my client to finally put that duct tape over your mouth and shut you up for
You
good.
and your client are going to need it.
Ultimate Heat Shrink champion. Yeah, look, so I mean, I'm thinking right here, I think we're going to have the all previous champs at this Heat Shrink battles. You, Dami, and Avery.
Okay.
And I'm just waiting to make sure that we have a matchup with Avery and Dami, because that's 100% will be in their prelims, the preliminaries matchups for the Heat Shrink battles. 2026, coming back to Houston where it all started. David, what is your pick? We were both there for seeing Dami back in 2023, Avery in 2024. Out of the two competitions, I would say the harder one to win was 2024 because it was based on the Tesla Model 3 windshields, which require a much more shrink. And also what gave Avery his advantage was his height. but Dami is no short guy either.
No, they're both got wingspan like that swimmer guy that won all those Olympic medals.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps wingspan.
So who do you got?
You know, I like, believe it or not, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Dami because of he's calm and collective. And I think he's a heat gun purist. And I have to think about that. You know what I mean? I think he's a heat gun purist. Like, I think he the way he blew through that in Amelia Island with a heat gun, I think he's just a different competitor when it comes to that. And it seemed like the more pressure was on, the calmer he acted. I mean, he wiped some sweat off his head with a towel, but before that, there was no nerves. I mean, there was no nerves. There was none. He's rock solid. He's got nerves of steel. That's just my pick. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I wouldn't wager the house on it because I think all three of them are world beaters. So what do you do?
So you've got your vote or your prediction on Dami.
Yeah, just because I think I tell you this all the time with heat shrink battles. You know, you got two ways to lose and one way to win. I think that plays into a strong heat gun. It got to use the heat gun well. I think it plays into his favor.
All right, Marco, who's your pick?
I got Dami. I've worked with him in the past. I haven't worked on cars with Avery. I'm sure he's really good, but Dami is cool, calm, and collected. He's like when you go to the grocery store and like the lettuce is just right there all wet and just calm? That's him. He's like a calm head of lettuce. He's so good and smooth, man. I
like lettuce.
Yeah.
Man, it seems like the odds are stacked against.
So who do you got? Mouth of the South?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I don't know.
I mean, the weird part is Marco just picked against himself.
No, because it was between Dami and Avery, like champion
versus
versus champion. Which one do you think is going to win?
I thought you were talking about all the previous champions.
Oh.
Yeah, so like if you're watching this in the comment sections, I want to get a pulse check of who do you think will win the champion versus champion, Dami versus Avery, Heat Shrink Battles 2026. Now, Dustin Gonzalez had a great question. Are the heat shrink battles going to be open to new competitors? Absolutely, they are. Every competition that we're featuring there is open to all new competitors. We're doing something a little bit different with the heat shrink battles this year, but you have to earn your way in there. More news and more information will release on that once we have more information to release. Man, that sounds like a politician's way of saying it. Like,
definitely sounding like a politician.
Like just running the same stuff.
Start a nonprofit organization. It seems to work for other people.
And then I'll start a company that renders a service to the nonprofit.
There
And
you go.
like, everybody's got a little dirty. Well, not everybody. Every politician's got a little dirty deal behind the doors. Man. I can't wait for mine. I'm just kidding. So the part of the other competitions lineups, earlier we were talking about Mike Powell, Kyle Wayland, the automotive teams champions that won in 2023. They've been holding on to their belts ever since then. In 2024, we went to a different venue that it was a little bit smaller, but it was a different approach. What we did in 2024 was more of a studio production style because, we really wanted to focus on trying something different. And at that time, I felt like there needed to be, or like there was space to have flat glass, get flat glass more of a presence in these types of events. Right. With the flat glass competitions, for the most part, when you go to one, you kind of go through all of them. They're pretty much very similar. And from Tintertainment's perspective, we wanted to really expand and take it in a different direction. So we did the first flat glass teams competitions in 2024.
That was incredible.
Well, there was a couple ways they got in there. One of them was the flat glass battles as a singles division competition, and it was, similar to heat shrink battles, head-to-head elimination style. And whoever laid the first film that was with the passable install, no jacket, nothing that would disqualify it from, a customer not accepting it. The first person that won it or completed that eliminated everybody else, and then so you were down to 6 teams, I believe, in total. 6 teams that we got into the finals, and it was a 2-person team for flat glass. Everybody walked in on the third day and they see these chains and windows hanging from them. They're like, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, double hung windows. Literally. I've been telling you guys this entire time. Y'all just didn't take it literally.
We left that Easter egg out in the open for everyone and no one opened it up.
That was so that established it. That was the first flat glass teams division competition. It was in 2024. So obviously the people that won that competition was Marcus Quintana, Flat Glass Joe Guzman. I was for anybody that was there, let me know in the comments if you were watching that. But do you remember that final round?
Yeah.
It was the True Spray team versus the Tin Slayers.
It was insane.
Marcus and Joe. The final 60 seconds was like off the charts energy.
Yeah.
Do you remember like Cedro started lifting the
window they were tilted to get all the water out. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I wish I had the content here to stream, but maybe I do. Actually, let me look into this because I might be able to pull it up.
If I remember correctly, I think Joe saved. Joe, they won because of Joe's install.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Were you
the judge?
Okay,
it was me, Mike Norrigan, and Roberta.
Yeah. So what had happened? Like, what got him to win?
Joe's window was damn near flawless.
Flat Glass Joe?
Flat Glass Joe, yes. Yeah.
And then
Bruce and Isidro's window was pretty. It was close, man.
Yeah.
They did a great job. Those guys are always a good sport.
The True Spray?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Cedro is one of my favorite competitors to watch. Like overall, he's a great human being, but there's a switch in him that I love to see. Like it's like
he turned into a WWE character. You remember at SEMA at the Expel booth when he was doing the double squeegee?
He's a legitimate killer. He's a total competitor.
Yeah.
You know, he flips that switch and he turns into like a Viking, and then energy just comes on and he just starts shredding. Like at SEMA at the Expel booth, he had the fastest times, and you know, I think it was his first time doing that double stroke, and he killed it. And everybody after that, nobody could beat his time.
Yeah.
Everybody saw what he did, so they tried doing that, but nobody could beat his time. Yeah. So we have Ricky Miller there. Who's coming back. Ricky Miller, former world champion. He's gonna have to be back at the flat glass version. Ricky, let me tell you something. We have already confirmed we're having heat shrink battles as like one of the competition lineups. We're having the Automotive Teams Championships 3 years in the making as one of the competitions as well. And now announcing it for the first time, we're also bringing back the Teams Flat Glass World Championship divisions as well into the mix. Wow. So we're having everything is on the line. Every single competition is getting a championship belt as well. There's more information coming to it, but I'm still waiting for the dust to settle on certain things before I announce it.
Got you.
I don't want to announce things and then be like, oh, you know, whatever, we couldn't do it, you know.
You're doing the due diligence. I got you, coach.
Well, you got to make sure. I mean, if you're going to make a promise, you got to fulfill it. So we're going to have definitely having all new belts for all of these competitions, 1000%. And Ricky Miller, I hope he's coming down. I'm hoping he's partnering up with his brother. But
that would be cool to see.
Yeah, I would say, Ricky, if you're listening to this, heed my words carefully. To win the flat glass competition, you will need to have absolute security in your confidence. You will need to have absolute security in your install. That is as much of a hint as I'm going to give you.
What did he say? I can't read the comments.
It says former, me, reigning and defending champion.
Oh,
you mean reigning and defending champion.
He is?
Yeah. He's currently he's going to have to defend in September and then going to have to repeat that in January.
Perfect.
Well, now just to move on to the other part of the topic here, this event that we have coming up in January, it's a 2-in-1 program. So one of the programs is the Tinter Battles competitions. The other program is the Film Trainers event seminar. Now, the Film Trainers is an all-in-one, industry-wide, all films training event. We've had it every single year to an extent. In 2023, it was the League of Trainers. 2024 got rebranded to the Film Trainers. And in 2025, it will have equal representation, equal time as the Tinter Battles competition. So this event is not just for the entertainment and the competitive aspect. This event is also for the individual that is looking to get better, to craft their skills, that want to meet other trainers in this industry. Because the concept of this is what we've done every single year is we bring some of the industry's most elite trainers all under one roof, and they're present there for the people that register for that seminar to take advantage of it. So intro, advanced, whatever topic you want, up to you. You can tailor your training however you want. So
it's like what we were saying earlier, like the industry and the culture is changing. Like there's a lot of older guys with a lot of knowledge, and we have to pass those skills down to the next generation of installers. So looking forward to the film trainers.
Yeah. Karle, you've been awfully quiet, man. Are you are you going to come in?
I'm just listening to you two bicker back and forth like brothers. It's great. It's absolutely great. I mean, why do I need to add anything when you two are doing what you do? No, I mean, I'm you know me, man. I mean, I'm on the train, right? Like I'm ready for the ride. Like this gets me excited. It's like I just love when, we can create an atmosphere where, there's value, but then on top of that, like the window tinters are the competitors. They're the true, like, the people we look up to. I really do. These guys that get in there and do this on a high level, and they hold their nerves together and compete at a high level. So, man, I just get excited. I'm just ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to, do what we do. I mean, it's that simple for me.
Yeah, we had, so there was a question here from Cash Caduce. He says, what is the training going to focus on? It's automotive, window film, flat glass, and paint protection film. So you're going to be able to get access to all the trainings if you register for that seminar. And it's a 2-day event. So the training seminars will happen in the first half of the day. Competition will happen in the second half of the day. So, if you get a ticket, you don't have to come to the film trainers. If you just register to be a spectator for the competitors, so you can watch that. You can also watch the film trainers. But if you want to actually access the trainers and get hands-on training, you have to register for the actual film trainers seminar.
And when can people buy tickets?
Tickets will be available as soon as this live is over.
Oh, all right.
So for those that like, this is what, let me go ahead and actually share the screen here to show everybody what we're looking at. This is what's going to be the tickets right there. So that's the ticket section. Actually, let me put that on the stage. Boom. These are going to be the tickets right here. We'll now have this linked over once we get off, and we'll put it up on the page there. But this is going to be the tickets available for Tinter Battles in 2026. It is on Saturday, January the 10th and 11th. It's a Saturday and a Sunday, so you're out for the weekend and back in time to catch work again and not miss out any work.
And utilize everything you learned in the film trainers at your shop the next day.
It's the money-making segment of the event there.
Let's go.
Yeah, so flat glass, film trainings, automotive, and PPF will be a part of the actual program itself. And that'll be happening on the first half of the event days. In the second half, it's competitions and tintertainment.
Business in the front, party in the back. Let's do it.
Yo, have you noticed how, like, the Tinter Battles accounts and some of the videos that you also been posting, they've been shattering records, like, in viewership. Like,
I've heard about that. I've been busy.
Asking for a friend.
It's pretty cool to see because it's boosting a lot of people. Like Sean G was one of the members that really got a huge boost on there. Avery Wells was another one.
Cam,
Tintman Cam.
He's got to come back. Cam, if you're listening, you got to come to Tinter Battles.
He was there in 2021 and he hasn't been back to one since. He has to be. Cam, if you want more of that type of viewership, you want that type of exposure, you can 10x it at Tinter Battles 2026, Houston, Texas. We have
and John's Gap Cap video too did really well.
That one's doing pretty well too. Reno, there's one right now that's currently trending viral. It's the one with Ricky Miller laying out a flat glass window. It jumped up like 500,000 views overnight because yesterday it was at like 60,000 views. Whenever last I saw it, I woke up this morning, it was at 500,000.
And the stuff you guys are doing is really bringing, awareness that we've never even thought of.
Well, it's kind of it was a little odd because there's a lot of obviously marketing efforts made to get to the end consumer and educate them about what window film is, but this is a different approach to it that is actually having its own version of success because it's putting window film, like a lot of people are really surprised that there's competitions for this. And then you tell them, I'm like, well, there's a lot more to this industry than you thought. It's not just some people still. It's kind of surprising, Karle, that some people still have that mentality in their mind that the window tinter is like the druggie, like the addict, the tweaker. And it's like you have no idea. Some people become millionaires and retire from this industry.
Yep.
I mean, that's just, it's a trade, right? Like nobody knows what we really do. So by putting it out front and center, I mean, it's definitely, it's working. It's changing a lot of minds. I get people that walk into the store that have seen videos and been like, hey, I saw this. And it's just happening more and more. It's awesome. I love it.
And you're doing more videos too, man. Keep them up. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, at the end of the day, it's like what you just said a few minutes ago. It's like you've been doing this so long. It's like you just want to make sure you pass this information on to somebody else. So that's kind of my approach to it. But I'll tell you what, man, there's nothing more exciting than watching you doing something and watching someone else go viral, like, and being a part of that and just watching it. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
That's the one I would say that's a thing that I've noticed with like Tinter Battles events, man. It brings a lot of people that don't go to any events into the spotlight, and then you typically see them going to the other ones. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of that this year because we have some bangers.
We got some cool stuff in the works.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff in the works. But you know, again, I don't want to put out anything until it's confirmed and 100% happening. But Dustin Gonzalez is tweaking on film. Hey, speaking of which, some other, you know, I had something prepared. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. We need to cover this. This is a topic here. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. We have a comment section. Now I know how Cash feels. All right. Breaking news. Not the Tinter Battles part. We already broke that.
Okay.
But look, it's the last event that we were at, WFR.
Okay.
Lot of great competitors. Like probably in terms of the quality of the competitor, probably the best that we've ever seen in, I think, any event, period.
I agree.
And like, trust me, like I love Tinter Battles and I love all the competitors in there. But if we're just looking strictly at the quality of the classic competitor, WFR 2024, I think had the most stacked card that I think I had ever seen. The finals round for me personally was extremely fun to be a part of. You know, we were all, Karle, myself, we're doing our commentator thing. You were doing your magic on the camera. We captured a lot of the action, and that's what got a lot of views in traffic. But overall, I would say the competitions were pretty exciting. They were fun for me to be a part of. But that last card, man, they had some talent stacked on that final round.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone could have won it. I mean, there was no clear favorite going into that. None.
It was the teams.
Who was second and third place again?
Doesn't matter. I'm just kidding. But
Cut the feed.
It doesn't matter what their name is. Oh man. But the first team, I think it was Dami, Fernando, and Tani. I mean, really, that's the thing about these competitions. If you got second, it's kind of don't bring it up, bro.
I won't bring up old history then.
No, but anyways, while the competition themselves were great, some stuff behind the scenes wasn't too great, and there was a little bit of a sort of a implosion / max exodus that through the ashes, a new group was formed called Film Pros Group, and that is now led by Cash. So Cash the handler, he seems to handle it all.
Gotta put respect on his name.
So those who are watching who have not heard the new group that has been formed since then was Film Pro by Cash, Caduce, and some other great leaders on that team. He's got really good talent and really good leaders on that team. Mother Marion, Dustin Gonzalez, Ryan Wilcox, Stephanie Wilcox, just to name a few. There's a few others. They're working on some really incredible things. And I love the fact that they're forming something to, push the envelope, to evolve it. To evolve the industry a little bit differently, and to evolve it in their own way, to be the difference that they want to see. Film, after I'm probably like 10 times asking, you probably still don't know, what is film?
Future installer league members, I don't know.
Cut the feed, bro. Cut the feed.
I'm sorry.
It's film industries, leadership, and mentors. Film Pros. That's the Film Pros group. So those who are watching, go to Facebook, go to groups, search Film Pros. It's the one that's got the graffiti tag background.
Got you.
That's the one to go with. Oh, we got a couple comments here. See, there you go. Oh, I was close. Film industry's leaders and mentors. You're going to have to rehearse that, Marco.
I need a
This is
flashcard.
embarrassing, bro. This is a Tinter Battles live stream account. This
Film
is...
Industries.
He's practicing now.
I got to be prepared.
There you go. You heard it from Cash himself. Film industry's leaders and mentors.
I got it.
Film industry's leaders and mentors. That's got to be a tongue twister at a future event. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the one with the cool hats. Speaking of cool hats, man, Fernan makes the sickest hats.
Where's my hat?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Oh, it's okay. Well, look, we're gonna be closing out here momentarily. We're coming up on that hour.
Let's do it.
Well, so just to review, Tinter Battles 2026 is officially launched. It's a 2 shows in 1 program, film trainers plus Tinter Battles competitions, both of them in 1, 2 days, 1 event in Houston, Texas. Website will be updated as soon as we get off of this, and the tickets will be available for purchase as well. There will be a room block with a discount on it, but we're still waiting on the actual link because today was the day we actually made it official. Live contract signing.
Good job, Carlos.
It's the credit is to everybody else, and program is expanding, and I seriously cannot wait to hang out with everybody. We were really careful about choosing this next location. It's at a place called the Royal Sonesta. Has everything in one. It's in a busy side of town. Tremendous restaurants, like a lot of variety in that area within walking distance. And one of the reasons why that place was really standing out to me was because a lot of the feedback that we got from Amelia Island Tinter Battles was that everything was in one place, and so it was convenient. You showed up there, and there was really nowhere else that you needed to go to. So Royal Sonesta is paying homage to what we did in Amelia Island in that sense. That's the element that we're bringing from Amelia Island into this next program. And obviously you have from Heat Train Battles from 2022, you have the League of Trainers, now branded as the Film Trainers, and from 2023, and then of course the Flat Glass Teams Championships from 2024, and the production of videos. Like, this is not a question of if you're going to go viral, if you're going to be famous.
100%.
This is 100,000%. We're probably going to be sitting on a gold mine of content. I mean, hundreds of millions of views based on previous year's performance that we anticipate getting on the content for this next Tinter Battles coming up in 2026, live at the Royal Sonesta in Houston, Texas. Man, I'm going to have to get used to saying that over and over and
You got to
over.
practice that one just like I need to practice film.
Absolutely, that's exactly right. Those anybody who, if you have a comment or if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments links right here. Actually, I'm going to share a referral link since I can do that right here. The link is coming up here momentarily. Let me see. I'm not sure if people can click on that, but why is that on YouTube? There you go, Facebook and YouTube. Those are the tickets available right there.
Nice.
So anyways, final departing words, Marco. Your career will end in January of 2026. Mark my words, my client, Montana the Tint Craftsman, will have his name etched in your little rest in peace tombstone.
Dang. So
In
morbid.
2026.
All right, I'm up for a challenge.
There we go.
I'm going to bring the retirement cake.
Gluten-free, please.
What is Fernan talking about? He said that's not me in the pic. That's Fernan Dior. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't.
Is there him in the picture or something?
Yeah, look at
Or,
look at his thumbnail. It's kind of far.
I can't really tell.
You should,
It looks like
he's got a wig on, dude.
no way.
He definitely does.
What's in the water up there?
He's from Florida, isn't he?
No, but no, he's from New York.
What?
New York. Yeah. New
No
York.
way.
Oh my goodness.
This whole time I've been thinking he's Florida.
Way to know your competitors. Let's go get some steak.
Oh my God! It's because we've had
Your insulin's dropping. You need food.
no, definitely insulin's not dropped. Karle, what is what's the thing that you're looking most forward to this coming up Tinter Battles?
I think that the competition's going to just get stronger. Like, it's in heighten now. Like, there's a lot of targets and there's a lot of bar set. So it's going to create people to come with their A game. People are going to practice for this. It's not the same anymore. It's not like show up, have a good time. It's serious. It's been getting that way. So if you want to come in and you want to leave your name and leave your mark in history for what this event is, then you better come prepared. You better practice. You better think of every angle. We saw people in the last one in every event. They're stepping out of their comfort zone. They're doing things like we watched Avery Wells take a window out of a car. We're seeing people now reach to try to achieve a level of competitiveness. I look forward to just the grind of it. It's man, it's game on. I'm excited now.
And looks like Fernando Sainz is having new look coming in on Monday.
What?
I don't know. But I will say, Fernand, if you're coming out of the Tinter Battles 2026, or when you're coming out of Tinter Battles, just make sure you got to get a fresh haircut, because it's going to be seen by millions and millions of fans around the world. Uh-oh, somebody's calling me out. I'm a 1v1 Carlos for stick that.
Is that Titman Cam? I'm sorry, I can't read.
No, it's Steven Tint Gods Kozan. He says he's going to battle me for a steak battle.
Steak battles, all right.
What
I
would
know
the
how to cook them? Really good.
what would the
Tremendous.
competition be? Who can scarf it down the fastest?
I don't know. Steak battles.
We're gonna have to.
I'm
Better buy that domain real quick.
Nah.
Main Street Meats.
Oh my God! Main Street Meats in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Dean Mitchell film goes on the outside competition.
Dean, we've
only
no.
if he makes the patterns.
Well, no, there is that competition and currently exists. It's the windshield protection film competition.
Thank you.
So the film does go on the outside. There we go.
Thank you, Uncle Dino.
Who can eat tomahawks fast?
Dude,
Dude, man, I don't know. This steak talk is.
When we, what is he saying? I can't read that.
When we win those belts, got to look good. So
Always.
here's the thing about the belts. In the past, we've always had the belts where if you won them, you had to bring them back and defend them. And if you obviously won, you kept them. And if you didn't, you gave them up. Something that we're doing moving forward in Tinter Battles events is that if you win the belt, you get to keep them. Now, your championship status, that's what you defend the following year. But if you won the belt, you get to keep it forever. It's up on your shelf. Use it to make money. And this is something that really goes over a lot of people's heads, surprisingly. But because I'm a marketer and I'm a promoter, I tell them this. And I said, no, just as a hobby.
Right.
But I tell people this: if you win a competition, if you win a certificate, if you win a trophy, if you win a belt, you have to market it.
100%.
That's your USP. This is a business lesson for everybody that's watching. A USP is a unique selling proposition, is what makes you different and why should I go with you? And if you're going to say, oh, my qualities, everybody says my quality. That's like saying, oh, are you good? Who's going to say no?
Well,
No, seriously. Like if you're a tinter and I'm a customer, hey, I want to get my windows tinted. Are you good?
yes.
Of course, you'd be stupid if you said anything other than, right?
Yes.
But if I say, well, why should I go with you? What makes you different? And you're like, oh, my quality. Every other schmuck is saying the same thing.
Right.
This is one of those opportunities to really showcase and say, well, I've won competitions. I care about my craft more than just clocking in and clocking out. I care about it so much so that I spend money to go to these competitions to test my skill set, because tinting your car is no longer a challenge for me. That is man. That's I would say that you got to
Someone's
say
getting
that.
fired up.
Yeah, he is.
I might enter the battles myself, actually.
And commentate at the same time. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'm curious how that would work out.
Yep.
Mike Powell says, was a gold mine for my market. Customers come in and said, you're a world champion. You got to be good. There's exactly right. Mike Powell is using this to his advantage, exactly how he should
Good job,
be.
champ.
You remember he got coverage too from whenever he got back from.
Wasn't he on the news or some kind of billboard?
Something like.
I've got the wires crossed.
I think it's Mike. You're gonna have to confirm. I think it's the Herald.
Okay.
Something like that. It might have been some kind of magazine or something, or newspaper, or some kind of media platform over there.
Nice.
Sean
G was in the newspaper too.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
He was in the newspaper.
He did. See, that's man, it goes back. That is the power of social media when you produce content. What's going on?
What did Fernando say?
He said it'll lay policy for heat shrink battles.
No, right?
What do you mean?
You have to card.
No, David, did you just catch this?
Yeah, I don't know. He's like out of touch. I think his insulin is dropping.
I'm hungry.
He's over there trying to bend the rules because he knows he's going to get smoked by Montana come January 2026. Look, Fernan, here's the thing. By the way, Ellie, I didn't know you're still watching. I'm going to mention something with you and Fernan here momentarily. But Fernan, for the Heat Ring battles in 2026, there's going to be no Italy like controversies or shenanigans. They have to card it out. Yes, you have to card it. The question is, should we have pre-cut patterns? Because then it's very easy to see if you shrank it past the
with a pattern.
Yeah, with the pattern. It has to be carded down at this point because, man, some of the shenanigans that were going on in previous,
all right,
you know, Italy, maybe. We've seen a certain individual, not at a Heat Ring battles, but at a separate event that just graced the film with a little bit of heat.
One day we're gonna have a podcast and just talk about all the real stuff.
Oh,
That's
man,
not it.
Unfiltered podcast. There's a ton of stories, especially
That'll be my retirement gift
to the industry.
to the industry.
100%.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. That 100%. I would love to have a like no holds barred podcast. It's just not on the Tinter Battles account because there's a lot of stuff too. Like being behind the scenes of a lot of these events and being a part of these things, there's a lot of things that I've been, and I can only imagine like what Vince McMahon probably has, like having all the years with WWE or Dana White too. The stories that I'm surprised they don't write books, man. I would definitely buy one. Like
be their best sellers for sure.
100%. Now on another topic, there was Fernando Sainz and there was LU. Earlier, sometime not that long ago, he said, Ellie says, Karle says, hyping me to go and beat everyone at the shrinking battles. Okay. This brings me to another topic here.
He's so good too, dude.
He is.
God.
He is. Fernan and I think LU had like some kind of exchange in the comment sections in one of the Tinter Battles posts. And then the fan in the Texas Squeegee said, yo, what if Fernan took on LU and that was one of the preliminary brackets at Heat Ring battles?
Oh my god.
Because
really?
Fernan, look, hold on. Let me paint you what I see. Okay. LU is one of the greatest shrinkers of all time.
Yes.
One of the best. Extremely smooth, and smooth is fast. He's extremely quick with it. Fernan currently has the technical world record for the virtual shrink at 16 seconds.
Okay.
So you have the fastest virtual shrinker versus one who's had like more time and experience to really hone himself and get that reputation.
They're both from Puerto Rico too.
The fan in me wants to see LU versus Fernan, and if they both agreed to that matchup, I will 100% make that into one of the battle brackets for the Heat Ring battles next year. So I'm not sure. Mike Sanchez is blowing you a kiss, by the way.
Hey, Mike, thank you. I love your pouches. The best.
Oh man.
Sure. What did Fernan say?
He goes, Fernan says, I'm not coming down from 16 seconds for no one.
Oh my god. You're winding him up, bro.
Somebody pulled his string. He's already
my goodness.
Not coming from 60 seconds for no one. I did that at 16 seconds.
You got to admit something. He's the only person with a recorded time like that. Like
has to be
you can't.
What did he say?
Has to be carded.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Karle.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like he's got the recorded time. I mean, you can't question it. You can't make the camera lie. He's the fastest in the world right now. So whatever anyone says, bring it on.
Oh my god.
Tell me you have a favorite without telling me.
David.
I'm just saying the dude is he's lightning in a bottle, man. You're gonna have to who's actually beat him. He disqualified himself. I mean, he technically lost.
Who? LU.
No.
Fernan?
Yeah.
Are you talking about in 2023 or 24?
24, I believe.
Yeah, he burned.
No, I think LU burned it when he went with me.
Yeah.
He burned the film. I don't know what Fernan did.
So you technically didn't beat LU. He defeated himself.
No, I beat him.
I'm gonna have to take LU as a client now.
You have enough going on.
Look, if
I think it's a great matchup.
Like if Ellie and Fernan are willing to do it, I'm willing to make that match. You had what's this? Ricky Miller, current world champion, saying do random bracketing and let it happen naturally, which we will do absolutely. But there are certain brackets that if the fans want to see it, I'll make it happen. You know, everything else is just going to be random brackets, and it's going to be determined by
an exhibition match.
Yeah.
Perfect.
See, like the intention, I'll just say the intention with the heat shrink battles is to get to the actual battles themselves. You have to take on a heat shrink challenge. And then those who have the fastest times doing it are going to advance to compete at the heat shrink battles. So everybody who will be at the heat shrink battles is going to be like, they're tested. Tried, true, tested. Like a true spray.
Yeah.
Isn't that his quote?
I don't know.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Stay true. I don't know.
Something like that. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. I'm not sure. I don't think I've got it set on here. Tin Pro says Karle saw the record recorded time of 14 seconds for me, but I had a finger left over. So another one.
Oh boy.
Another one. I mean, this is I almost feel like
are you gonna bring the virtual thing back?
I feel like we have to.
All right.
I asked Fernan, hey, if I bring it back, will you compete? Here's the thing: is like I'll do it if people want to. If people want to do it and people want to see it, I'll have it. I'll host it. So, got to give people what they want. But it seems like I don't know.
Let us know in the comment section.
It's hard to pick between these great competitors. Cash. Oh man, I got to bring Cash in here to catch us up with what's going on with film, the Film Pros group. I truly mean this. Cash is one of my favorite people of this industry. Such a huge heart with this, and he's always helping. He's a supporter of everyone, and I think that his efforts in the last 2 years, especially with the leadership that he was driving forward at WFR, like he's undeniable. Like his abilities to lead and to organize are, I would say, second to none.
He's an executor for sure.
Absolutely. Yes, I want to beat the world record for the longest string, Dean Mitchell.
As long as you're wearing your glasses, Dean, yes.
Oh,
Uncle Dino.
I mean, I don't know.
Dean's a good installer.
I haven't. There's been controversy.
Nah.
I think he's good
Fake
too.
news.
I think he's good too. But anonymous reports just coming in here that the Texas Squeegee is saying that apparently he fills up dumpsters with waste of film.
Oh my! You sure that's him and not?
There's a few people that'll get that reference.
Yeah.
David, you remember that? David Karle? No, he was.
Nope. I don't know what that's about,
that's
but-
okay. It's an insider joke. Dean Mitchell will probably remember. Anyways, no, Dean's really good. He was one of the cutters for the Expel's Designer Access Program, DAP. One of the people that made that program really successful, really famous, and gave it the legendary reputation that it currently has still to this day.
He got really popular on the Facebook groups with the little chiseler and showing how good the patterns are.
Right.
And I wasn't using Expel at the time, but I was just watching his videos and this guy with this cool haircut, and he was just cool. I'm like, damn, who is this guy? He's got some badass patterns. Like, I want to try it.
I thought he owned Expel when I first wanted to be an Expel dealer. Like he just, I
thought him and Jeff Phillips were like the owners. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, no, I thought Dean was, because I was using Global at the time. I was using kind of a different mix of films, and then I saw Dean and I was like, that guy looks like he's always posting Expel. He's probably the owner. So I reached out to him and he connected me. And
Dean's the man.
Yeah.
What did Ricky say?
I don't know.
Oh.
I guess Shamal says, I don't think it should be an advantage for anyone. I think every single one has to move to compete. It's definitely not an advantage for anyone. Everybody starting, it's all heat guns, and everybody starting, they have to do the same exact thing. Same time, same everything, heat shrink battles, coming back for the
Beautiful
4th time in a row. And then Dami says, I think it's the best way to do it if everybody uses the same car. Absolutely. That will be 100% part of it. And then Mike Powell does us the great honor of leaving us an article here. So the article says, me and Kyle, like 2023 Tinter Battles, will be drinking beer and just having fun. That's all this is to us. And I love all those that went to take this further. Anyone can win any day. Love this industry and thank everyone for all the support over the last 2 years of my growth. A true champion.
Well said, champ.
Yeah.
Well said.
He was one of the people that I was really proud of winning the Tinter Battles, because he's a person that deserves that spotlight, that deserves to be get more recognition. He's a person that you would want to model after. He's a great leader. He is always posting motivational stuff on his social media.
Good human being.
Absolutely, sure. Right there, exactly. Shamal has more words there. If they want to compete, they have to prove it again. To compete, it doesn't matter what they have done in the past. So couple of things, yes and no. One of the things that he brings up a good point. Again, before in previous Tinter battles, if you won the belt, you had to bring the belts back and you had to defend them. If you lost, you don't take them back with you. We're changing that because now we want to bring in new belts every single year. However, your title, your status as a champion, that is what has to be defended. Now, of course, you're not forced to come. If you don't want to show up because the pressure got too much, then you're more than welcome to sit on the sidelines and see the other people, take your spotlight. But what I will say is that there is an open invitation for Mike Powell and Kyle Whalen to come back to the Tinter battles and be automatically in the finals because they are technically the current defending champions. So if they want to be in the finals, I will allow them to get into the finals. Everybody else will have to be a prelim because now they've got their championship status on the line. The same thing, the same invitation extends over to the flat glass champions, Marcus Quintana, flat glass Joe Guzman. If they want to come back as a team, they will have a spot for them in the finals.
As
a team. They don't have to go through their prelims to get in there. That is one of the that's what's going to add one of the Tintertainment's spins into this competition because it's 100% a real competition. But we do things a little bit differently. We're built for entertainment, exposure, spotlight. We're built to be seen around the world. And so this is, I think it's only fair that they come back. They defended their status as a champion in the finals, and everybody else has to climb through that mountain just like they did when they won those championships.
It's going to be a sight to see for sure.
Mother Marion says Prime Minister Dean Mitchell.
That's right. He is the Prime Minister.
Soon to be president of the 51st state.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'd vote
Let's
for
see.
him.
I'm trying to catch up with are the new belts going to be spinning? Cash says, are the new belts going to be spinning belts?
Spinning belts?
Yeah, like John Cena. Like you said, have the spinning belt.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Dustin says should do a custom belt buckle to go with the championship belts, Houston style. That's actually a good idea. A giant, would you wear it? Giant belt buckle? No?
No.
Why?
I don't have cowboy boots and a hat.
You wear the ridiculous Louis Vuitton belt
It's not ridiculous. It's my favorite belt.
It's fake.
Okay.
The tariffs expose that they're not genuine.
Unbelievable. His insulin's getting low. We got to go get some steaks.
Yeah, this is the last comment that we have here
All
for
right.
Cash Kadu says, love this. You have to give respect to the ones that have earned it. Absolutely. Is there going to be a Bucky's run? This is the first time I'm actually thinking about Bucky's and Tinter battles. There has to be something.
How far is Bucky's from here? Oh, it's in Katy.
It's
So
Houston.
an
There's
hour.
plenty. Houston's like bigger than most states in the U.S.
Houston's insane.
Oh, there you go. David Carley's got his Bucky's.
Man.
Donnie says that you got a fake Louis Vuitton belt.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, I can post the receipt if you want me to.
That just means you paid too much.
I can.
Yes,
Fernan,
it's fake. Yes. it's
Fernan
fake.
says it's fake, like Fernan Dior's. Fernan, what the hell? Okay, you have to explain. What is Fernan Dior? Like, this is the second time he said it, and I somehow I'm so fascinated by what I see Fernan with the wig, and Fernan Dior. Is this like a bougie Fernan? I know what's happening.
Maybe he unlocked a new character with all of his success. He's just
I think
evolved.
that's what it is.
Good for him.
I think
You know, at a young age like him, you could take risks like that. Good for him.
young age.
Yeah.
He definitely looks young. I don't know. Anyways, fake like Fernan Dior's wig. Or at least he owns it. Fernan Dior is the CEO of Signs and Designs. Sick hats though. He does.
He makes the dopest hats.
Yeah.
I love that 3D. Show everyone your hats that he made. You have any?
Not actually. Yeah, actually, yeah. Hold on. Hold the fort down.
I got you, Coach.
I know your belt is real.
It's okay. There it is. Look at that. I definitely ordered one, but I didn't get it yet.
All right, so this is the types of hats that Fernan makes. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, if it'll pick it up very good, but it's 3D. and he layers a lot of different layers on it in order to get that effect. It's, man, I'm telling you, one of the things that we all were noticing here is that the details in this thing.
He uses high quality products. Like some of the hats that I buy, called Maryland, I believe, it looks just like this. It's super high quality.
Yeah, but
I believe it's water wicking too.
Yeah.
I love it.
But there's something I didn't know until one of my installers mentioned it to me. Look at this, the shape of the like, I guess what the holes are. It's a water drop.
Dang. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So for and
quality.
Dude, one of the details too is, I don't know if you could see it, but there's slightly shading on the bottom of the letters here. It's a super small detail, and I mean, when I saw it, like, I'm telling you, Fernand is probably one of the people that impresses me the most in this industry, because like just he's so consistent with his output, whatever it is, whether it's competition, whether it's his products, whether it's his installs, he's consistent. And the thing that I noticed, the underlying theme with everything that Fernand does is he's just attention to detail and always consistent.
Yeah,
there's no tiring this guy out, and I can't wait to hear back if he's gonna take on the challenge with Elio Albello.
Can't wait to see that one for
sure.
Yeah,
Make that matchup there. Domi says he's a young age of 56. There's no
way.
No
That's
way.
what I'm saying. He looks young. There's no way he's not 56.
Fernand. No
He's
way.
been hitting for 30 years?
No way. Fernand, you gotta confirm.
Marco's hat is what?
Is 815 style?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. Oh, and I think it's probably a tag inside the hat that says 815.
Oh.
He definitely, it's probably in the box somewhere.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fernand. We'll look into that.
Yeah. Well, looks like we're going to be closing out this podcast here shortly, momentarily. So 47 in June. Oh, okay. Domi's now firing shot. He's 47. Okay.
Oh,
I
nice.
thought he's probably going to look.
Definitely doesn't look 47.
No, he definitely doesn't move like 47.
No.
He's
nimble.
He's super nimble. He's fast. He fits everywhere. He's like pocket size, but
I'm 47. He puts me to shame.
what? Karle, did you retire, or are you coming back to competition at some point?
I can't.
Ooh, I'm never competing again. I can't keep up with you young snaps.
And then right here we have Mike Powell saying, and to confirm to Domi, it was not a mosquito, it was a gnat, and the rest was clean, so it's okay. There was a little bit of some controversy. Actually, I want to address this, because whenever Team Autobahn competed, they had a gnat on their window. And
is this a joke?
No, I'm serious. In 2023, they had a gnat on their window, but everything else was really spot on. So although they did have a gnat, they didn't get deducted for anything else much on the car. And at the time, some people were claiming like, oh, it's rigged or whatever the hell it was. But I know for a fact, like Chris Hardy, and for those that are watching, go back through the videos and you'll see Chris Hardy was in the battle floor arena. And whenever the competition ended and everybody was moved out, Chris Hardy himself said that red Toyota Camry, that's going to be the winner. It was Team Autobahn. And that's an XPEL guy saying that. So the gnat itself, although it did count as a deduction, it wasn't enough to really knock him out of the first place. I mean, it was a tight match. David, you were one of the judges for that year.
Their car was absolutely spotless. There was no light gaps. They didn't have any spec. I mean, their car was it was insane how good it was. It was nothing was even close, really. Like they got lucky. They just hit it.
Yeah. So, anyways, well, we're going to leave here with the last thing that we are going to be doing is one more time for everybody who is still watching us. Give me 1 second. We're going to leave everybody with the final. Come on, man. God dog. All right. There we go. Anyways, this has been a great podcast. Hope everybody has enjoyed it here, spending some time with us. We are going to be heading out for the evening there, and we will be back in the future with more news dropping over Tinter Battles 2026, the 2-in-1 program, Film Trainers plus Tinter Battles, live in Houston, Texas, January 10th and 11th of 2026. This has been the Texas Squeegee Film Trainer, Marco Cazorla, David COOLVU Karle, signing off. We'll see you guys